Professor, coming to you live. This is inside the Professor's party pad, home, whatever you want to call it. This is where I live most of the time if I'm at home. And Dream Girl's in there still asleep. It's a brisk, windy Sunday morning, and Bruiser's at my feet wanting to play ball, but we got to make coffee because we can't do anything before we have the coffee. So I want to tell you this morning, introduce you to my Drip-o-lator. This is a 10-cup Drip-o-lator. This is made by the actual Drip-o-lator company. I don't know if you can see that. It says makes healthful coffee, which all coffee is healthful. I don't know what that means, but anyway, this is, I can't see a date on it because the stamp is starting to wear off. It's so old. I think it says somewhere in the 1930s. I'm not real sure. Picked this up at a local flea market. Thought it was really cool. Has the Drip-o-lator sign on it. All the knobs are wood. Even the handle here is wood. Very, very cool vintage piece. If you find one of these Drip-o-lators in an old market or so, you gotta make sure it's got all the parts. Okay, I talked to a buddy last night. His was all put together wrong. I want to show you how it's put together. This is the base. This is where the coffee goes. Okay, this is the middle piece. This is where the coffee grounds go, and you can see that there's very little bitty holes right there where the coffee will drip down from the water. Okay, this is where the water goes. It has a measuring cup on the side of it, and I usually make 6 to 8 cups. It'll take quite a while because these are the very small holes that the water has dripped through to seep in the coffee and drip down through the coffee. It's a lot like the way that they make fine whiskey, dripping down through the staves that they have burned, and that's what makes the actual whiskey. If you like strong coffee, you can actually double dip, take it out, pour it again, let it drip again, and it'll make you a lot stronger coffee. And then you have the lid, and I'll show you here. The lid also is made to fit the base where the coffee ends up, so you actually end up with a little coffee pot. Okay, now here is how that I want to show you how you make the coffee. Now you've got to have hot water for a Drip-o-lator. You can't just put it on there and it doesn't perk, so you can't just put cold water in there and it starts. So I start off with one of my old percolators and get the water right, because you know when the water starts percolating that it's the right temperature. You don't want to boil the water, it's too hot, and you don't want it just below that. So what you need to do is, I've got 8 cups in here because I'm about to start banging on some leather and I need extra coffee. I've got 8 cups in here. I want to put probably 5 or 6 heaping teaspoons of coffee into this. Okay, and then I'll put this on here. This goes on to the bottom piece. Okay, it'll fit really snug in there. That goes on to the bottom piece. Then you put your thing on here. It's got a little clip that keeps it attached. Fits really snug on there. And what I'll do is I'll sit that on the burner, pour my water in here, and then let it drip. Now I want to, after it starts dripping, just probably a minute or two, I'm going to turn my burner on my stove on real low. Turn it on low or simmer or something like that, because it'll take probably 20 minutes for this water to go down through the coffee, and you don't want it to get cold. These old aluminum pots, they don't keep stuff warm like our newfangled coffee gator cups that are lined with copper. Excuse me. And they don't keep it warm, so you got to help keep it warm. So this is a very large deal. It's a large process, and so you have to keep it warm. So turn your burner on low, and then it'll keep it warm while it's dripping down through there. Okay, so I'm gonna get my coffee ready, and then my water's just about hot, and I'm gonna come back on part 2 and show you how I put this together. So, Professor out.